Missed the last altcoin rally? Watch before it's too late. Today, I want to give you the top 10 altcoins for 2025. Actually, I already did a top 10 4 months ago, but in the end, most of them have already started to realize their potential at the end of 2024, and so it's too late to buy many of them. So today I'm going to give you a new top 10 altcoins where full-fledged formations are forming that have potential and where it's not too late to get in on them. So let's get started with you. The first altcoin is Cronos, CRO. Here we see in the previous upcycle, and after this growth, we started a bear market in the form of a long consolidation, namely in the form of a triangle. This is a structure that occurs in most cases before the final wave of a bull market of any scale. Accordingly, now we expect an upward exit from this triangle, which most likely is already happening as the trend resistance line is broken here, and we can find the potential of this triangle to work it out. Let's do it. Going to the usual scale of the chart, we find here the potential of this triangle, which is equal to the distance of its largest wave. Substituting this potential to the exit from the triangle, and we get a value in the neighborhood of $1. I will not consider the logarithmic potential for now because these are very optimistic targets. And from the current values, we can raise the price by about 400 to 500%. And understandably, we can either enter a long-term position, so put a stop for the end of the wave and triangle here, and take out on our target of $1. We have a ratio of 9 to 1. Pay attention to this value 9 to 1. Extremely good risk management ratio. The chart here is logarithmic, so the position looks purely visual, not very objective. It is also possible to work out this potential in the local picture. Let's say entering here after the correction, for example. Mark here the Fibonacci retracement levels, making them arithmetic scale. We see that the price bounces from the level of 0.382. Stop to put after the formation of a bullish signal for the previous low and take a take on the potential. We get a ratio of about 40 to 1. The next altcoin is NEO. Notice that here on the left we see a strong upward momentum consisting of a 5-wave structure. This is the third wave of a bull market. And after this uptrend, again, a correction in the form of a triangle, consolidation in the form of a narrowing range has begun. Accordingly, here I expect an upward exit from this triangle. At the moment, the trend line of resistance is being broken, and it is quite likely that the exit from the triangle has already taken place. Here we can firstly find the potential of the triangle on a normal scale. Let's do just that. The potential is equal to the distance of the largest wave, and we have the potential at the value of $200. That is the potential of the triangle on the normal scale of the chart. We can also find the potential of the fifth final wave on the third wave, namely by marking the Fibonacci extension on the third wave. I put the first point at the beginning of the wave, the second point at the end of wave 3, and the third point at the end of wave 4. And in a 5-wave structure, 2 waves of the structure can be either equal, or 1 wave of the structure can be 0.618 of the other wave of the wave. So the first target is at the value of 0.618. That is, in this place, it is the value of about $125. And the second target is at 1. That is at the distance of wave 3. That's a value of $200. And notice that the distance of wave 3 converges with the potential of the triangle. That is, if we measure the distance of wave 3, it is 200 points, approximately. And the distance of the triangle potential is also about 200 points. They will be equal. That is, the most probable target is $200. And after the realization of this target, I expect the beginning of the bear market. The next altcoin, which we have already analyzed in the previous video, is Litecoin. In this place, also after the impulse, we see the formation of a triangle, that is the fourth wave, 5-wave structure. I expect an upward exit from the triangle. It is most likely already happening as the resistance trend line is broken and the potential of the triangle is realized. As potential altcoins, I choose mainly altcoins where a triangle is formed because the triangle is a specific element of the 5-wave structure, which can only be in the fourth wave. And the triangle has a specific potential. That is, we have a specific target. There are also specific targets for setting a stop. SHIB for fixing the loss if suddenly something goes wrong. Therefore, the triangle is an ideal figure for working out both locally and in the global picture. Finding the triangle potential. We have the triangle potential at the value of about $500, and this triangle potential in the normal scale of the chart. We can also find the distance of the third wave, that is this impulse, to substitute this distance to the end of the triangle. So let's do it here. I take the trend-based Fibonacci expansion tool. I put the first point at the beginning of wave 3, the second point at the end of wave 3, and the third point at the end of wave 4. Our first target is at 0.618. So let's look at this value right here. It's a value of $275, and the second target distance of wave 3. That is, the unit is located at the same place where and the potential of the triangle in the usual scale, that is, in the area of the quote, $500. Accordingly, $500 is the most likely target for the Litecoin cryptocurrency. And I remind you that we can work this out as in the global picture. That is, let's say, here, entering a position, putting a stop for the wave, or not putting a stop at all, if we buy on the spot and take a take on the potential of the triangle. We can also work it out in the local picture, that is, consider any local corrections as good entry points with extremely good risk management. I recommend you to watch the video from the playlist to understand how I work out triangles, zigzags, and other situations on the chart. This way, you will understand where my entry point is, where I place stops and takeouts. And the next altcoin that was in the previous video is the Ethereum Classic cryptocurrency. Here within the third wave, we see a 5-wave impulse, and after this upward movement, a senior correction in the form of a triangle A, B, C, D, E began. The triangle is in the final stage of its formation, and it is likely that the exit from the triangle has already occurred, as the trendline resistance was broken. I expect the potential of the triangle to be realized on a normal scale. Let's find it. I open the normal scale of the chart, the distance of the largest wave Baru, and substituting to the triangle exit, I get a value in the neighborhood of $200. Here's the potential of the triangle in the normal scale of the chart. All of this is what I talked about in the previous video. So this is the altcoin from the previous video, which has not yet started to realize its potential. Now let's break down a couple of altcoins that weren't in the previous video. Suddenly, it is a Shiba altcoin. That is a meme coin that has not yet started to realize its potential, unlike other meme coins. And yes, a triangle structure is also forming on this altcoin. We see a 5-wave momentum within the third wave, and after the third wave, we have a triangle with waves started to form, a B, C, D, E. And it is still unclear whether the formation of waves D and E of the triangle has been completed, but nevertheless, we can conclude that the triangle is in the final stage of its formation. Let's take a look at its potential. Again, the distance of the largest wave. The potential is at this value. I will not announce it because there are a lot of zeros. And we can also find the distance of wave 3. I take the Fibonacci expansion tool based on the trend. I put the first point at the beginning of wave 3, the second point at the end of wave 3, and the third point at the end of about wave 4. So the first target is at 0.618, which is the lowest target for the fifth and final wave. It's located right here. And note that again, the unit, that is the distance of the third wave, converges with the potential of the triangle in the usual scale. And this is the value of 0.0.0.0.0.10. Just this is a round quote for this altcoin. Accordingly, after the realization of this potential, I expect the beginning of a bear market, that is, a global decline in the cryptocurrency market. Let's move on with you. The next altcoin is the VeChain cryptocurrency. A structure is being formed that indicates the potential for an upward exit from this structure. And as far as I can see, the exit from this formation is already happening. Let's find its potential. The potential is located at 0.30. That is, in this place, and after the realization of this potential, I again expect the beginning of a bear market. That is, a global decline in this altcoin. Unfortunately, according to history, we do not see any upward momentum here. Accordingly, on this impulse, which does not exist, we cannot find the potential of the fifth final wave. We can only consider the potential of this triangle. Accordingly, this target is not as reliable as, for example, the target on Shiba Inu or on the cryptocurrency NEO. Let's go further with you. Approximately the same situation we see on the cryptocurrency Bitcoin Cash. We consider the potential of this formation, which is equal to the distance of its largest wave, and find a value in the area of $4,500. That is this place. I expect the exit from the triangle upwards and the realization of the potential of this formation. Then the beginning of the global fall. We also considered this altcoin in the previous video, and the scenario on it is fully relevant. Another altcoin with a current scenario is Siacoin. This is a cryptocurrency with a very harmonious structure. Here we see the realization of the third wave within a 5-wave structure. Next, the formation of a senior correction triangle with waves A, B, C, D, E. I expect an upward exit from this triangle on the structure. This triangle is in the final stage of its formation. Let's find its potential in the normal scale distance of the largest wave. Substituting to the exit of the triangle, we get a value in the neighborhood of 0, 12, 0, 15 about this place. And we can also substitute the distance of the third wave to the triangle exit. That is this movement. We take the Fibonacci expansion tool based on the trend. We put the first point at the beginning of wave 3, the second point at the end of wave 3, and the third point at the end of wave 4. So we have the first minimum target at 0618. So we have 007 as our target. And again, the unit in this location converges with the triangle potential on a normal scale that is 012, 015. This is the most likely target for this altcoin. The next altcoin with a good structure for growth is Lido DAO. Again, a certain structure is formed that indicates a probable exit from the range up, and we can find the potential of this structure. Let's find it, let's substitute it for the probable exit from this triangle. And that destination is in the neighborhood of $10. The round is psychologically significant for market participants, quotes. On this, I consider the target in the area of 10, and after the realization of this target, the beginning of the global fall. And the last altcoin for today is Monero. We see a clear 5-wave structure of 1, 2, 3, and the fourth wave, again in the form of a triangle A, B, C, D, E. We find the potential of this triangle. On a normal scale, the potential is at about $600, right here. And we can also find the potential of the fifth wave relative to wave 3. We take the Fibonacci extension tool based on the trend. We put the first point at the beginning of wave 3, the second point, finally wave 3, the third point at the probability of completion of wave 4. I have these values already marked here, and because of this, the minimum target for wave 5 is about $400, and the distance of the third wave converges at us with the potential of a triangle in the usual scale. That is $600. This is the most likely target for this altcoin. But the point is that if we measure the distance to our target from the current one, it turns out to be a distance of 200%. Of course, this is the optimal return. But many people want altcoins with the potential of 3-5x's. In this regard, I recommend this altcoin rather not to buy on the spot, to work out local movements. That is, we have the potential and we can enter on any local corrections to work out this potential. I remind you that corrections are the best entry points. Corrections can be both global and local. Therefore, I do not recommend this altcoin for spot, but it is a good option for working out some medium-term positions. So, friends, I would like to remind you that we have a channel in Telegram, the link to which is in the description. There are regularly published reviews on the market and my vision of the current situation, as well as signals for free. If this video was useful for you, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel. If you are not subscribed yet, click on the bell so you won't miss the next useful video. I wish you all the best of luck, profits to everyone, win, and bye-bye.